Hi guys, so there were some other rugby matches this weekend apart from the Lions. I looked at two of them, England-USA and Ireland-Japan. Now England beat the USA 43-29, a high scoring affair, as was the Irish game as well. USA will be pretty happy with this, to be honest, scoring 4 tries at Twickenham, doing really well in certain areas like the maul. England, well, it was a bit like a glorified trial match, to be honest. But they had spent a few weeks together, so I kind of expected a bit more cohesion in places. But anyway, let's have a look at the game. So to start with, the centre combination was looking really good actually. Lawrence and Slade was looking very, very nice, putting guys through, running hard lines. It's a real shame that Lawrence went off after scoring his try actually. But it starts off well for the USA. They get a scrum penalty and a big kick to open the scoring, 3 points to 0, so that's impressive for them. Then we get the first try for Underhill, and it's straight from a kick-off. Max Malin's lovely work in the air. To be fair, the US right winger, isn't really a jumper, to be honest. Built like a prop, very powerful, but a bit exposed on the wing there. So Malins takes the ball off him far too easily, feeds Underhill to score, but unfortunately Malins hurts his shoulder and has to go off, so that's a real blow. And straight away, Eddie Jones's 6-2 split bites him in the bum, and he was considering even just having one back on the bench. Now, thank God he didn't do that, but Umaga has to go onto the wing, then later he goes into the centre, and Robson has to go on the wing for another injury, and it really doesn't help England. They could have done with at least one outside back on the bench, and I think that's a bit of a lesson of what can happen with those sort of 6-2 splits. I don't think they needed the extra forward anyway for this game, so it was a bit strange why they did that. Anyway, on 11 minutes, just made a note that England are super messy. They're trying to play off the cuff. They're definitely trying to play fast, attractive rugby, but the shape isn't really there. It's very messy. The US, very much more structured in their attack, but that was working quite well for them at times. But England score next again. Cokanasiga, brilliant high ball take, actually starts it off. Then lovely hands through that midfield. Slade, Smith, Stewart, frees Lawrence on the left, who paced down the left just enough to score. Does have his pants pulled down, which is a bit harsh because they keep on replaying it, which is pretty tough for him. But anyway, bit of interest there for the crowd. It's 12-3, so England well up at this point. But USA aren't playing badly. It's just England are a little bit better individually, some good turnovers. But the USA really stuck at it hard and did really well, to be honest. I think their 15 looked really impressive to me. So anyway, and number 8, Dolan, did really well as well. So they'll be pretty pleased. But then the third try for England, Cokanasiga involved twice. Randall traps the ball nicely, good skills, releases Cokanasiga. Then there's a penalty which Randall takes quickly. He was really positive in this game in that respect. Out to Stewart, he chips ahead for Cokanasiga to finish. So that's nice work. And to be honest, Cokanasiga is looking in the best shape I've seen him for ages. It took him ages to come back from that World Cup knee injury, get his confidence back. It takes a while for him to get up to top pace, but he's quick when he gets going, and he's absolutely massive. And the key thing is, in this game, his skills look really sharp as well. So excellent for him. Power wing option for England's going to be incredibly useful. On 28 minutes, the USA make hard lines, running good lines, getting good ground. Just their handling letting them down at this point. And also about half an hour in, England get their scrum stability sorted and really start smashing the US scrum. The English scrum was very good in this game. About 5 times they really walloped the US scrum, got some penalties, etc. But on half an hour, Cokanasiga's on fire at this point. Really the best player on the pitch at this point. Smith puts him through a massive gap in the US defence. England just playing too quickly for them to fold round the corner and number up, get it completely wrong. He romps through for a nice score. Good conversion from Smith this time, although a couple of conversions from Smith had a nasty little curl on them, so we won't be too happy with his goal kicking today. But that's 26-3. Just making a note at this point, the US fullback Brahe played really, really well. I think he even came in late to this team, but he looked composed and dangerous. Very impressed with him as well as the number 8 Dolan there. But 5 minutes before half-time, Lawrence goes too upright in a tackle on Brahe, whacks into his head, knocks himself out, and then the trouble's really compounded because you've got Malin's out, you've got Lawrence out, Robson's on the wing, Umaga's in the centre. It's not a good balance. They're really out of position. They try hard, but it's not that great, to be honest. 35 minutes, England attack, starting to click, getting some good ball movement through Smith. 5 metre scrum, get the penalty, line out 5 metres out, but they batter away at tight. They get over the line, but they lose the ball, so that's a real shame. So it ends 26-3 at half-time. A bit messy, but fairly dominant for England. They'll be hoping to kick on from here. Thokanasiga very impressive. It's fairly hard to gauge this game because the US tried hard and actually played pretty well, but they are a very average team, talent-wise all over the board, with respect to them. So hard to gauge. But anyway, 26-3 at half-time. Straight from the whistle at half-time, England concede a couple of nasty penalties, put themselves under the pump straight away. They really do invite some pressure at times in this game. Lovely maul from the USA. Their maul was top draw. England's maul defence was shocking, to be honest. Absolutely shredded. Fernanda Schultz scores 26-8. That's impressive. Robson on the wing making a hash of a kick chase. USA picked through the England scramble defence far too easily. Again, could score but knock on. So England's mistakes, players out of position, not helping them at all. It's a shame that the US scrum is disintegrating so much, otherwise they could have had a bit more joy. And England's forwards aren't really making the dent at this point. I think England's forwards pick up a bit when the subs come on. Ludlam comes on, Curry comes on, Hill comes on. 3 probably slightly better players than they started with, to be honest. Blamire comes on and actually looks probably a fair bit better than Langdon, actually. He actually loses his first line-out throw, but charges down the ball to score 31-8, and also round the park. He looked pretty impressive. Blamire, a really interesting physique on him, quite tall and rangy as well as stocky, so quite impressive from him. The USA are going through some decent phases, but now as the subs start to come on, England is stepping up the ferocity of their hits, forcing them back, forcing some mistakes. There are plenty of missed tackles as well, actually. It is a bit, like I say, a trial game where everyone's just flying up, trying to smash tackles, trying to impress. Randall gets his kick charged down here by Dolan. He's got absolutely no protection at all, which is very strange in the modern international game. Box kickers normally have huge, long trains of caterpillar rucking. He has none quite a few times, so that's another negative against England's preparation there. Charged down by Dolan, simple try, but well spotted. 31-15, so good stuff for the US there. So many new players, it's a bit of a mess, to be honest. On 65 minutes, there's a really nice snipe blind from Randall. This is impressive. Goes left, just gets half through the gap, pops off the floor to Smith. Smith's try, he's delighted, but his goal kicking's a bit off. He misses another one there. 36-15. On 69 minutes, it continues to be a Randall masterclass, really picking up the pace of this game. Pure individual brilliance here, breaks across the pitch. The 4 US defenders are watching the forward runners. No one takes a notice of Randall, so he does a huge dummy straight through and a lovely step to score. Just class individual work from Randall. 43-15. I mean, himself, Thokanasiga, they're definitely, I think, going to be in the full squad when it reconvenes in the autumn. He says, I hope. On 75, a nice box kick from Randall. Huge kick chase from the man Thokanasiga again. And Randall takes a quick tap penalty and Ludlam crashes over for the try, although just ruled out because there isn't just a fractional early hit in the air, I think, from Thokanasiga. Then outstanding counter-attack from the US on 77 minutes. Missed tackles all over the place. Umanga again with a missed tackle. Does look all at sea in the centre, to be honest. And Robson on the wing is causing an issue. Good try for the USA. 43-29 as it finishes. So hard to know what to take from that. England have been together for a few weeks, so I was expecting a bit better. in the maul defence, in their defensive line, with some of the errors, etc. But players that impressed, I thought Hayes in the scrum looked really good. Ludlam off the bench made a big difference. The halfbacks, Randall and Smith, really like them. Thokanasiga looks back to his best. And Stewart as well under the high ball was absolutely imperious. Has a lovely technique under the high ball. Is he quite quick enough? He'll probably get there, to be honest, but that's one question I had. But anyway, there was a lot of average there as well. So not everyone in this squad is going to make it into the full squad eventually. But anyway, they get their win. US will be happy with the scores. Let me know what you guys thought.